Hello, and thanks for joining me again today. I'll be working on drakon diagrams render again, and on my agenda for today is silhouette diagrams parsing. Yesterday, we hit a bump along the way with address identifiers, and I'm not sure yet how to resolve it. Just I'll give you a quick reminder. This, even though it's present in the parser here, or parser production rules, it does not work. I have some ideas, but before we try them, I hope you're having a great day. Where I live, it's a very hot summer day, but despite that, I got myself a very nice cup of coffee. So I hope you have your drink of choice ready. And let's write some code. So the idea I had was that this hash, or this special symbol, should probably not be a part of the production rule, but a part of this, a part of prods. So let's make sure that I test that. And just for now, when we hit that symbol, I'm going to assume that we should return nothing. And this should ideally work, I think. If it doesn't, we'll be trying something else. It doesn't. Well, that's a good start. Token H. Let's remove that from the lexer for now. Let's see what happens. And also let's remove it from the parser. This goes. First, let's make sure that the vanilla lexer and parser still work. Yes. So now let's try to simplify our system. Let's remove this. Works. Yes. And now let's add an identifier here. So that should break. Nothing is generated. But let's take a look at the tokens. 1H1 input. 1H1 open curly bracket, token block 1, token block 2, token solo identifier, token closing curly bracket. So technically, if I add it here, it should work, I think. It looks like it's working. Okay. So if this is a solo identifier, let's just quickly check if this is correct. If we get this as the address, it means that we are hitting this production rule or exercising this production rule. Yes. Okay. So it looks like that was my problem previously. I simply did not include that solo identifier here. Let's try to put it here as well and see where that takes us. It should still work without a change. So now let's restore the input without those extra identifiers. And it doesn't work. Oh, of course it doesn't work because it expects it now unconditionally everywhere. Let's remove it from here. Nope. Let's remove it. This looks promising. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Let's not forget we still have those branches to figure out. This will be fun. Okay, so if we have that solo identifier, the solo identifier needs to be in the address block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th identifier, and we can remove the to-do. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4th token. And remove the to-do. Let's see if this works. So before I refresh this image, what I'm expecting to see here is the address of this headline, 2H2. or nothing, because we're passing nothing in. So let's give it a try. 2H2. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, so this is done now. Okay, so we have the production rules defined for everything except forks. And forks are going to be a completely different task because they already have lots of production rules. So in the meantime, let me just add this and commit. Forkless. And let's stop and think for a second about forks. So this feels like I already have a ton of production rules. And I wonder if I could simplify it a little bit. Let's see. Let's call it prods1. So the prods1 can be one of these things. Formatting probably is not my top priority at the moment. I'm not sure why I'm being so pedantic about it. Or it can be just... And in that case, we're just returning 1. And that did work. Okay. So let's rename this to a silhouette. And the rest of the session I'll probably devote to simplifying those production rules. But at the end of the session, we'll probably have a working version of the parser that can deal with both primitive and silhouette diagrams, forkless and forkful. Let's see. So this is silhouette. So this will be primitive. These two. So I know it means that I can potentially embed a silhouette diagram in a primitive diagram, which could complicate things massively. But I'm kind of curious and tempted to see what happens if I do. And that did not work. We didn't change the input. Let's revert the primitive changes. That worked. Is it because this really needs to be primitive? So empty also goes here. And here. Parse error. Oh yeah. It's a parse error in my parser. No, that didn't work either. I wonder why though. This is working fine. Let's just leave it as is for now. let's try to simplify the input and bring a fork to the mix. Sorry, that was lecture 3. Let's call it 2LA, 2LB, 2RA, 2RB. So now Lexer is fine. In the parser, let's try to bring the production rules for forks back. So that's the fork, left branch. Why am I doing it here? This should be in prods. I think this should be fine. Oh, now we are 2D. That makes everything much more complicated. I completely forgot about that. Okay, so let's just add them one by one. So if this works, for now, let's agree that we'll return nothing, just for it to compile. Compiles, beautiful. Let's run it. Does not parse because we expect solo identifiers. We don't have them. That should work. But it doesn't. That is probably because we don't have a solo identifier. Here. No, that doesn't work at all. All right. Let's bring it back to basics. This goes away. Okay. 1h1 action for 1h1. Now, to address here is wrong. Let's see what to address takes. It takes content. So in the input, let's just give it blank thing. Just the ID. This should disappear now. Let's do 2. And this I'm going to use from the parser. Same with this. Perfect. We don't need an address here. It's natural that it should be end. Beautiful stuff. Now, let's bring those forks in. Let's start with something really simple. Block left branch prods. And this will give us nothing. Check the input. It still parses, produces the right thing. So now inside fork 2, we're going to place a left branch. And that does not work. I wonder if this is because of prods. Let's simplify the input a bit. No. Let's see the tokens. Solo identifier, token OCP. So the way it probably goes is it detects that it should be a silhouette. In the silhouette we have solo identifier prods. So that's the first condition. Let's test it. Was it the same ID? Yes. That doesn't work. Hello world, yes. Okay, so we go here. The first thing 3 as prods. So let's start slow and only have a fork in that branch. So we're probably hitting this. We'll test it. Hello should appear beside fork 1 now. Yes. So if we're hitting this production rule, it means that this should also be hit. And it should go first. And if that's the case, it still parses. Fork 1, okay. So let's try to flesh it out with more content. To the point where we will be getting close to specifying a full fork here. Okay. That is still a fork. Let's see if prods work now here. And the input, let's specify a single block. Still parses. So here we need to say, well, we don't have to say anything, but let's add the right branch as well. And I think we're going to draw the line here for this session if we get this fork to parse. Because I'm looking at the time and we're getting short of it. So all we need to do here is just to add red branch. And that should probably also parse. it does. Oh yeah, we still have the to action here. So we're handling scenario this. So what I'm going to do is to add this. Sorry, that's the wrong thing, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's see the error. Yeah, so it needs to be a list of lists. What's wrong? Let's do empty list. Empty list. Oh, this is it. Prods now change the type, so we can't just use them. But it's fine. And here, oh, sorry. Let's just do nothing. Okay. It's not looking super pretty, but it's fine. So this also doesn't work. We'll need to log an issue. Okay. That is logged now, but I'm happy it works. So now, Let's define this as a fork in preparation for the next session. And the fork was here. What we need to return is just one. I hope this works. No. Yeah, I'm probably getting this very wrong, but we'll address it at some stage. For now, let's just put it here. Yeah, this does not look correct. I know it's working for a silhouette, but we have this prods refers to silhouette, silhouette refers to prods. That's not really ideal. I think we should just move it back. But we'll do it later. Yeah, this should be using like more atomic parts, and this should be more high level. We'll address it at some stage. For now, I just want to make sure that this compiles and parses. Okay. So for the next session, I'll probably be adding these elements to the prods. I'll extract silhouette back into prods. We'll simplify later. And that's it. All right. So I think this is a good moment to stop recording for today. I would like to thank you all for your attention today and for joining me on such a nice summer day. What are you doing here? Writing Haskell or watching a guy writing Haskell? Right. I would like to wish you all a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time. Bye.